Pair of exciting races here at Daytona. Some drama as to who got in and who got left out of the Daytona 500 field. And certainly a different style of racing than we've seen in past speed weeks. Kurt Busch, the first of the two winners on this Thursday, with Jeff Burton taking the nightcap here at the World Center of Racing. With Rusty Wallace and Ricky Craven to break it down. The different style of racing. In the past at Daytona, the big packs, 15, 20, sometimes 30 cars. With the new pavement and the teams adapting to the higher speeds, we see now 2x2x2 racing. We saw it all afternoon long. It's different. Still was exciting, but boy, was it different.
It was way different. Like it or not, I mean, it's here to stay, at least for this Daytona 500. They don't have time to change things around and try to make it different. Some of the drivers like it, some of the drivers don't like it. But one thing for sure, it has created some really exciting racing. Some big closure rates, a lot of guys passing all over the place, but it seems like it's just two cars. It's not a bunch of them piling up together.
And the drivers anticipated it because Jeff Gordon said to me this morning, it's going to be 2x2 racing, as you said, Alan, all day long. And I was skeptical. I thought with two complete races, we might mix it up, 3-4 car drafts. But here you see, you needed a partner and you needed a commitment. Kurt Busch got that commitment from Regan Smith.
I don't know who coined the phrase. I heard somebody earlier this week call it Noah's Ark racing, 2x2x2. But this is the way that it was all race long. Look at the charge that some of the drivers got in that draft. Now, some guys had troubles with it.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Newman right off the bat on the exit of turn 2. He got really loose. In fact, his teammate got in the back of him, Tony Stewart, accidentally, but spun him out. And, boy, he didn't hit anything, and he got lucky big time.
And then the exciting finish to the race when they dropped the green on these restarts. Guys pairing off again for the final two-lap sprint to the checkers.
The ultimate trust, the ultimate commitment. Again, you're going to stick with me? Well, that's what Regan Smith did. He gave Kurt Busch the push to the outside. The momentum carried Kurt Busch off of turn 4. Then they settled it between them. Pretty exciting, but Kurt went on to the win.
It was a different style of race. Still, though, like I said before, an exciting finish for the fans here at Daytona. What did you learn from that first race that left you curious or left you saying, okay, that confirms something I was thinking?
Well, the verdict is still out with me, Alan. There was 24 cars in these particular races. I mean, when you start the Daytona 500, you got 43 cars. Things really do change. Every 500 that I ran, and there was a lot of them, the 150s and the 500 felt completely different. So I haven't really learned everything, but one thing I have learned, these guys have got to keep cooling these engines down. They can't stay locked up forever, but it looked to me like the Fords did the best job of it. Their cooling system seemed to be better than most.
Yeah, there's no question that there's some negotiating going on over in the owner's driver's lot. You know, that's where the drivers go at the end of the day, and there's got to be a discussion amongst them all week because there has to be an alliance. We saw that. Matt Kenseth said to me earlier before the race started, it's about offset driving. You know, you need to, or drafting rather, you need to continue to push, but feed your car some air. Sort of let the cat out of the bag. What you said, Rusty, the Fords seem to have a little bit of an advantage and can push longer without having to feed their car air.
What I learned from race 1 was that Kurt Busch is going to be a factor in the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
He's 2 for 2 in tries during this speed week. Second race was a little wilder, both in the competition up front and in some of the incidents. This is Joey Logano in the 20, getting nicked in an accordion in traffic, and boy, did he take a ride.
Oh, man, he got the inside of that wall. Michael Waltrip got in the back of him. Just, you know, this pushing they're doing. A lot of guys have lost it with this style of driving, but Joey Logano, he hit hard, going to go to a backup car, big wreck.
Watch Denny Hamlin getting spun off of turn number 2 again, closing rate in traffic.
It is, so you have to anticipate how quickly you're going to catch, in this case, the number 16 car. And what Denny did was he turned left and got a piece of the apron where the track changes its angle, and that's actually what started that spin.
And then the run to the finish. Richard Childress Racing teammates. Jeff Burton, 31. Clint Bowyer, 33. Crashed behind them. Bowyer came out from behind his teammate, made a bit at the stripe, came up about a foot short.
Well, Richard Childress got to be loving it right now. His Chevrolets have been flat flying during speed weeks down here, and he's a happy guy right now. But, hey, that's all done now. Now let's go back to the garage, work on all these cars, and get them ready for the 500. That's the main race.
From both races, who stood out to you? Who captured your eye on Thursday?
Well, I think, no question, Kurt Busch, as you said, but also Kevin Harvick. Again, he's got a knack for this, and he was committed, and I think that when we see Sunday's race, we're going to see those teams of drivers who were most committed in the Twin 150s reward one another again Sunday.
You know, one thing that really did stand out for me, Alan, was watching some of these teammates bump draft each other, and if you notice, the 14 car, Tony Stewart, spun his own teammate out. Yeah. And it happened with Kyle Busch spinning his teammate out. So the teammates are working so hard, they're having problems there, but who stands out the best, who's going to win it? I don't know. I just don't know.
A phrase I like to use called the politics of the draft. It revolved a lot around teammates, even some exceptions during Thursday's races. People we didn't expect to see draft together, like Kurt Busch and Regan Smith. The end result, it was Jeff Burton and Kurt Busch in victory lane, and they will claim the Row 2 starting spots for the Daytona 500 on Sunday.